What's cracking, everybody? Zerfelros here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. In today's video, we've got an exciting shoutcast from one of my friends and patron supporters, Silent Beast 4, running some spice. Rayquaza is spice. In the Ultra League, with Rayquaza, and this crazy triple dragon moveset. Now, he told me after these games were happy, he's like, man, I could be running Hurricane or Ancient Power for coverage. Outrage, he just wanted to try and land one. But you could also, if you want to like seriously climb with this team, which you will have a chance to next season if we don't get any move updates, which we probably won't because of Worlds. So keep this team in the back of your pockets, folks. Dragonite could be a good substitute if you wanted to make a serious climbing attempt with a team like this. Makes a lot of sense, to be honest. You could put Registeel in the back too if you want a more consistent safe swap, draw out those Trevenants. But the team looks fun. It's Rayquaza. He sent me to shoutcast, and I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm not going to shoutcast this. So let's go and see just how strong this team is in the wild, in the crazy wilderness of freaking Ultra. Ah, that was the wrong button. I'm supposed to play the music. I'm so bad at this. Why do I still do this? So we've got he's got the Regirock in the back as a safe swap. This is meant to draw out those Trevenants, or I mean even draw out Swamperts in this case. Going to go for no shielding. This move makes sense. It's a safe swap. You want to draw out the hard counter. No shields, the Hydro Cannon. The opponent is forced to throw another Hydro Cannon, and now this is looking like a really juicy farm down for a big old Rayquaza. Now, unfortunately, because there's a G-Fisk in the back, or in the, I guess it's in the back now, but there was a G-Fisk in the lead. This is really risky now, not to get switch here. So I feel like he should have just gone for a Focus Blast. He's trying to bait. Makes sense, though. So the G-Fisk is going to come back in. He's going to build up a ton of energy and just drop in the... Ooh, the Swampert's going to sweep! Swampert's going to come in and is going to be able to, with excellent timing. That is what I'm talking about. That was great. Timing on that was great. Going to be able to get these Hydro Cannons off in really quick succession. The opponent and him almost swapped at the exact same time. That was crazy. Like, the opponent was just waiting for it, dude. You got to shield this. Could be a Brave Bird, potentially, and that would eliminate your entire... Oh, he called it was a Brave Bird! I thought it might be a Flame Charge bait, but the opponent goes straight for the nuts with a Brave Bird. And now Swampert is posed to possibly sweep this entire team with a shield. Dude, you could literally farm this thing down and Earthquake the G-Fisk at this point. Brave Bird comes through, another one. Here comes... Oh, he's going to go for the Breaking Swipe against the Talonflame. I'm not sure why. Unless the G-Fisk had the energy, I don't know. He's going to go for Breaking Swipes here against the G-Fisk. The opponent absolutely has to leave this with a Rock Slide to take out the Rayquaza and an Earthquake. And at the point that they finally get through the Rayquaza, it's not going to have enough attack left to be able to take out Swampert. So it was a good game, well played. All right, we got a Shadow Drapion on the lead. So the whole team is pretty good here. Rayquaza is really neutral into this thing. Looks to try and catch the crunch on Regirock, but unfortunately the opponent held onto their energy. Wonder if this is an Aqua Tail. No, they're running Crunch, so it's probably Crunch Sludge Bomb, so we're good. The opponent comes in with a Cobalion, which normally wouldn't be good. However, think about this. He's got Focus Blast. Does the Focus Blast land, though? Yes, it does. Takes out a ton of HP off of this thing, and he's going to get to a Stone Edge before the Cobalion throws his charge move, which now is going to force a shield potentially. That Stone Edge, even though it's double resisted, will hit hard enough to take out the Cobb, and Cobb is going to keep farming up, and now he's going to throw the Sacred Sword. Hey, Rayquaza will have to deal with a potential Stone Edge coming through, so I wonder if you just come in with the Swampert and you start farming down. Yep, coming with the Swampert, going to start farming down. That's an excellent play here, I think. Swampert is going to be able to farm down the rest of this Cobb. And he's going to catch a Sacred Sword on the Rayquaza, dude. Silent Beast 4 is playing out of his mind right now. All right. Rayquaza is making magic happen, and it gets locked in against the Tapu Fini, dude. That is not good. So this is a situation where you definitely would like to have some sort of coverage move. But now I think we know the whole team. So... Now we've got Rayquaza stuck up against this Tapu Fini, but the Breaking Swipes are going to lower this thing's attack because you've got two shields, and the Breaking Swipes are coming out so fast. What are they going to do? Surf? It's going to do like 3 damage. You got to throw Moonblast here to get rid of the Rayquaza. They go to the Surf, and it doesn't KO, dude. So they're going to be able to Water Gun down, but they've taken 3 Breaking Swipes worth of debuffs now, which means Swampert can just come in and load up on energy. We're going to chip the... We're going to chip it with a Hydro Cannon to try and get the Switch Clock misaligned here some. The opponent's going to come in with a Drapion, and even though it's a Shadow Drapion, I've played this matchup plenty of times before. One crunch won't do it. If there's a debuff that happens, though, that's a pain. That's a problem. But at this range, Hydro Cannon definitely takes out the Drapion. But you've got to be careful because shielding that first crunch could... I mean, you have 2 shields. At this point, yes, you're going to shield it. But, interesting. Okay, yeah, you got to go for it. You could overfarm a little bit here to make sure you have some... Yeah, you got to have... he's keeping good track of the opponent's energy, dude. This guy's playing out of his mind. He's one of the players on Barktown Boomers. If you guys know, that faction catches the move on the Rayquaza, dude, is an absolute mad lad. Making all kinds of amazing plays with this team despite having horrible alignment issues. This guy is nuts. And Barktown Boomers is one of the best up-and-coming factions, in my opinion. They're currently ripping through the Iron Tier, just like we did on Rock, Paper, Slark. And they're the only faction that we've ever lost to, other than the Brave Nerds, which was just a one-time loss. But man, dude, Barktown Boomers is great. And I know a lot of people in that faction. They're all awesome people. So another Tapu Fini, dude. This Tapu Fini is not cool. Like, this team gets wrecked by Tapu Fini just about. So we're going to see how he makes this one work. But in any case, though, shout out to this. Shout out to Silent Beast 4. He's a great dude. I played him a few times myself, and not in factions. But speaking of factions, unfortunately, Sylph has announced it's shutting down. But fear not, players. If you play factions, I want this to be a bit of a PSA for all of you. Factions will live on. There is a lot of important associations and, just, I don't know what the word is for it, but there's a lot of important people making sure that factions in the Sylph Arena live on in some form or fashion. So reach out to your local PvP community leaders, or if you happen to know of me, I can help you point you in the right direction too. Happy to help with that. We will not let it die, despite Niantic trying to be them and pulling funding for the project that has been here for years. Anyway, Rayquaza is going to farm down, and now the Tapu Fini and whatever's in the back is going to have to deal with a Swampert. Now, the Swampert, I think you have to shield this because it could be Moonblast. Nope, it's a Surf. They get you with the Surf, but they're staying in, and they might eat this Earthquake for breakfast. He overfarms because he expects the opponent to make a catch on that Earthquake. Very nice patience. And now he's going to be out. He could farm down this whole Charizard. Charizard is going to do a lot of damage as it's a Shadow, so he has to go for a shield here. The Dragon Claw is not going to come out fast enough because he can't get to 2, and the opponent's going to have to take an opportunity to call a bait here. This could be an opportunity to grab a shield. The opponent shields up the freaking Hydro Cannon bait. I hate when that happens to me. I get so upset when it happens to me, but well done. Almost able to... Oh, dude, he's going to finish the battle off with a Rayquaza. I ain't even mad, bro. If I was the opponent, I wouldn't even be mad, bro. You know what? Just for that, Silent Beast 4, you get the button because you absolutely clapped the Tapu Fini with the Rayquaza. That's respect. Charizard on the lead. This is a really risky... This is like Homo, right? Like, you don't appreciate having this lined up. Oh, if you time this right. Oh, it's Cress. If you can time those right in the middle of those moves, like, you could have gotten an easy shield from that Charizard right there. But anyway, opponent is going to store a bunch of energy. This Crest could have Grass Knot. If it does, this is not good. Man, this reminds me of good old Celestial Factions field. That was a good meta. Farmer up energy on the Regirock here. And Cresselia is going to have to eat a third Stone Edge here, which is going to get it incredibly low. And he's going for the CMP with excellent move timing here. Going to be able to get the third Stone Edge off and not quite force a shield, but able to put it in a nice farm. He's going to go for it. Lad's going for it. Grass Knot is going to get the shield, and we're going to see... Is he going to farm it down? No, he's going to catch a Grass Knot on the Rayquaza. Man, this man is playing some goated battle. So 13% battery power. He's playing out of his mind right now. Charizard's going to come in, and the Dragon Claw is going to come through, but he did this knowingly. You know, Silent Beast 4 is not playing games. He willingly brought out the Rayquaza knowing that the Charizard would come to answer it. He's going to get a breaking swipe off, and now he can come in with his Swampert most likely, or come in and get the... Ooh. But no, that's not a Blast Burn. It's not enough energy. No, it is a Blast Burn. Oh, that's unfortunate. Put it into the 1 HP to get the Stone Edge off, dude. That's insane. And he's going to undercharge it. Oh, I got to see what's going to happen. If the Trevenant, no! Oh, Silent Beast 4 surrenders because Trevenant's in the back. Oh, how tragic, dude. How tragic. All right, we got a Pidgeot on the lead here. This is exactly where Ancient Power would be coming into play. Ancient Power would be amazing. Now, we're going to go and swap to catch on the Regirock. That could be a Feather Dance, though, and it is. And that's going to be a bit of a problem here for Silent Beast 4, because even though Stone Edges are fast, they're not fast enough for that debuff. So let's see how he plays this out. Focus Blast is going to come out of the Swampert that comes out. Swampert makes a lot of sense on Pidgeot, just like the Cobalion and the Verzion, etc. G-Fisk, Registeel, they're all good options to deal with the steals that wall the Pidgeot. And so we're going to see Focus Blast fly out here. The opponent did let Silent Beast get ahead on energy, so that second Focus Blast is going to come through and is going to threaten the Regirock, or threaten the Swampert if they don't throw energy here, which they do. And this is going to be a good situation for Rayquaza to farm down. It's got a ton of energy right now, and you don't need to shield this at all. Could be an Earthquake even, doesn't matter. Hydro Cannon doesn't do a ton of damage to Rayquaza, but because of how squishy Rayquaza is, it's going to be a problem. So breaking swipes from the Rayquaza. I feel like the opponent should be cognizant that they might have a nuke here, and they do decide to shield that up. That's going to be huge for the Swampert to sweep endgame. Feather Dance ain't going to do nothing, and now Swampert's going to come in and start threatening this Pidgeot shields. Now, it looks like that was a Pidgeot losing CMP to the Swampert. Swampert's going to get a shield. The final shield, man, Pidgeot players, they are so shield greedy, or shield hungry, man. They go for Feather Dance. Now, one of the most telling things that you can ever do as a Pidgeot player is shield and then throw a move, because that is the most obvious tell, and that's coming from somebody who's been on both sides of that, right? So, like, that's such an obvious tell that you're about to throw a Feather Dance, right? Like, at this point, Silent Beast switch clock is almost up. He can farm a bunch of energy, and he can just farm up and then swap out. That's perfect. That's exactly what I would have done. You've eaten so much of the switch clock up by now, the Feather Dance is almost pointless. Now, at this point, you know, just two Hydro Cannons is all he has to do, and that's going to be it. Opponent knew it. Yeah, Pidgeot players, you got to not telegraph your Feather Dances so much. So he said he's climbed like 100, 200 points elo with this team. Rayquaza just looks like a fun pick. Very nice games from Silent Beast 4. Absolute remarkable gameplay. Hope y'all enjoyed being able to send off this Ultra League rotation with this team as I did. If you would like to submit some battles to the channel for shoutcasting, there's a link to a Google form in the description. You can check that out. And if you'd like to join Silent Beast 4 and myself and all my other patron subscribers in the patron Discord, there's a link to that in the description. And if you're looking for coaching, you can find me on Metafy. All those are in the description as well. So thank you all so much for watching. We're going to catch you next week in the next rotation. Hopefully, if we can find some good teams to play. And until then, I'll see you later, guys. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.